My audio feels weird at the moment. I'm not too sure why. Anyway. Sens Fortress. Two big serpent dudes on the stairs. They always like to cheer at the very beginning, bait them into the center of the room, and then hit them with the trap. What the fuck? He's blocking it from behind? Did you see that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. How does he get that crazy omnidirectional block? Don't bite me, dickhead. Bite. I guess we're parrying. Parrying or backstabbing is going to be the best way to deal with these fellas. Because my weapon is surely lacking. But that makes it fun, right? The only reason these... That's a jump. The only reason these guys are even remotely intimidating is because they're fucking huge. You collide on them. And this area is rife with things to trap you. It's a very clever way of making you claustrophobic. And in this game, claustrophobic feelings and claustrophobic examples of environments can kill you. So it's very dangerous. I don't have a crossbow, do I? Traditionally, I use the crossbow to get rid of the projectile serpent. It's useful. So I turned to the side just then, in hopes that when he stands up, he will make himself fall off. But that did not happen. So instead we'll do this. But the guy up there with the flamberge, being a knobhead, he's the person that I could see myself using a crossbow or a bow to kill. And I do have them. But fuck that shit, right? What's down in the ground? Oh! The scythe, right? The scythe is that spear that doesn't look like a scythe at all. It looks like a halberd, but it's down in the pits, I think. Bitch. But yeah, first time in Sens Fortress, piece of piss, right? He's dead. Fall kills him. This is not a mimic. But it would be nice if they mixed that up. Because I feel like they could have easily done that. Ooh. Right. So I can show you a little trick here, guys, that you might be familiar with, you might not be. This game's only been out like a week, nobody knows this, right? I'm a genius. But it revolves around me having... Interesting. Yeah, this inventory is a pain in the dick. That has 100% block. So as long as you have 100% physical and decent stability, 55 stability is more than what we need. You can make this work. He's going to get hit by a boulder. Yeah. Nice gimmick. Interesting. That worked out. Anyhow, what we're going to do is we're going to break this wall without the need of the boulder that does it for us. We need to punch this man. Then once you do that, you need to stand so that he hits the wall with his thrust. Like that. And then you don't need the boulder to access the area, which is pretty sweet, right? Interesting. I don't know why that hit me, but then again, this is Dark Souls. A lot of things do that. Nice iframes, dickhead. This ain't Demon Souls. Then we get to talk to Big Hat Logan, right? Long time no see, Logan. I haven't saved you in donkey's years, friend. What you been up to? Oh, do you have to... Yeah, you might have to bring that up, right? I think you've got to bring that upwards and open it. And you also need a key to do this, I think. Yeah, I believe you do. Can I climb in that? Can you imagine if it took you to the top? That'd be sweet. Ugh. Anyhow, it's not that useful to us at the moment, but it's interesting to know, right? You might not have known that, you might have known that. The good thing about these games is there's always more to learn. Unless you're Wings of Redemption. Because for some reason Wings thinks he knows everything. Which I find delicious. Okay, there's our buddy. Oh. That was a bad idea. Those boulders don't make any sound, man. That is quite the stealth boulder. Look at that! You only hear it when it gets close. Shit's crazy. Oh, that was bad. I was slipping. Okay, friend. There's his little taunt. Is he gonna jump? No, he's gonna thrust. Get the fuck off. So over here is Siegfried, everybody's favourite Sig man. Shit. I'm dead. Yep. Should have toggled. Have you noticed how if we'd have recovered on the edge like he did just then, we would have died, but he was fine. That's frustrating. Whoops. But we haven't died that much in this video, so I suppose it was about time. It was overdue, right? But my toggling is just not on point at all. I don't know why I'm standing watching it happen, because I know that I'm frozen and I know I can fix it. But what can you do, right? There's a real good chance we're going to lose everything here as well, because this is Sens Fortress. It's very easy to get tagged by stupid shit. And as much as I've ran past through this place many times, it's still not the easiest place to navigate. Get the fuck out. So does the dude who gets hit by the trap respawn? Can't remember. Traditionally for this guy... What, was he dead? What is going on? Does he pretend to be dead and then wake up? Or is he actually dead? That's weird. It's like somebody came through before me and wrecked him. I didn't even get my chance to redeem myself. Okay. What is the point in doing this guy's quest? I forget. I remember where he is, and I remember where his daughter is, but I don't remember the reward. That could be useful to know. Yeah, I'm not going to make that. And now we can get the Ring of Steel Protection, which I'm quite happy about, because this ring is actually really good. And it is not a mimic. That is also a really, really good ring in Dark Souls 3 because of the way that... Look, look, look! Oh, I thought that guy had got up then. That was weird. This game's confusing me. The classic trap. I have no idea what this guy's doing. I'll take it though. This is how my backstabs are not being that effective. Even though I do have the Hornet Ring on. So... do I run up and turn the boulder? No, I need the boulders to flow down, don't I? So we can get the overflow. Hi. Ooh, I can get the lightning spear too. The lightning spear is great. That's going to gradually continue to fill. And then we have... So notice the chain is not curled, facing the other way. It's pointing towards me now in almost like a question mark shape. That is how you can tell that it is a mimic. Additionally, if you look at the chest, you can see it slightly parting as it breathes, because the chests will breathe. I don't know if it was that apparent in the old version of the game, but they did oscillate ever so slightly, which gives you an idea. And then the final method of being able to tell, of course, is to attack it. And then watch out for its grabs and its Scooby-Doo kicks and its shenanigans. And the big shower of particulates. That's the lightning spear. So for the purposes of these knobheads, I'm going to put the lightning spear on for a little while because it's a lot better than the weapon I'm using. Because it's elemental. And it's additionally an element that the enemies that I'm fighting are weak against. So it makes a lot of sense to have it. As much as, God, I hate not having clothing on in this game. It winds me up. Oh, there we go. That's the covetous gold serpent ring. That is a ring that I would recommend you wear a lot. You can get some really sweet stuff just by wearing it. So much so that I'm going to pop it on. Because you never know. In the famous words of Rich Piana, you know, you know, you know, you know, you never know. And it's true. It really is. But in the spirit of a first playthrough, a lot of people got the lightning spear to replace the Drake sword finally. But a lot of people were so attached to the Drake sword that they didn't really trust the spear, and they didn't really give it enough chance to show why it is such a very good weapon. Is that the one that leads you into the spikes? Yeah, spiky ceiling. Very misleading. Quite a deceptive little elevator, that one. And then this leads up to the centre, right? Yeah. Sens Fortress is immaculately designed. It really is. Did I get the shuttle? I don't think I did, right? I need to do that. We need to watch for the boulder to be pushed, and it's being pushed the opposite way. So we're safe to come up, and then I can proceed to turn the boulder this way. Is that going to push it the wrong way? Yeah, it's pushing it the wrong way. I got him though. That's good to see. Fuck that guy. And now it's being pushed out there. Whoop whoop. And I can go this way. And I can go and drop to the Chotel. Which should be just behind where Sigmire was. Right. So just here. This is one of the most important weapons in the game for PvP. If you are invading new players, or invading players that do not know much about the game, which is 99% of your invasions. The 1% is the person who understands what he's doing, or the person who's looking to PvP, but for every other encounter, you'll come across people that do not understand how the Chotel works. I have received more messages calling me a hacker and a cheater because I killed them when they were turtling using a shuttle. And the easiest way to explain it for people who are new is that it's R2 attacks through shields. And it's essential for getting people using Havel shields, people who think they're safe behind shields because they've upgraded them and they have more stability than God. It really is super useful. Notice how the machine has changed. Interesting, right? I never liked that aspect of Sens Fortress. So, fun fact too, in the original version of this game, before they patched it, those bolts in the walls, they glowed red. It looked bizarre. To give you an example of another one of the things that I've did with the game when I was super into it, I bought the game digitally just so I could play it without any of the patches. Because when you updated the game, your save took on the updated version, and you could not play the older versions of the games on saves with more updated versions of the save, which sounds really confusing, right? Somebody's moving. Ah, this dude. And that dude. That was a really good jump. I'm in trouble now. See what I mean when I said the claustrophobia is kind of your worst enemy here? The lightning spear without any upgrades on it, maybe not the best weapon, but still very good. So I played the full game unpatched, and it was an experience, let me tell you. It was really fun, but really dumb, because a lot of the stuff that they fixed was super essential stuff. It was really well fixed in a lot of ways. And some of the worser things were silly things like input buffering, input stacking. A lot of people don't remember this because they weren't there at the time. When you blocked in Souls, you could press R1 a bunch of times and it wouldn't break your block. I think the spears were an exception because of course you can block an attack with a spear. It takes a bit more stamina though. So you could stack a bunch of inputs, release block, and they'd do them. So you could have an R2 waiting at the edge of like a 5-minute hold of your shield, and it was so weird. And it led to awkward stuff, and the game felt really not great. It was in a strange place at that point where there was all this good stuff in the game and there were great games, but it didn't respond the way it needed to, because it was still super FromSoft jaggy Armored Core-ness, you know, like the early Armored Core games that were super crazy too. That's not good enough. I used to be able to guise that. I'm not... It's been a while since I've come through Sens Fortress, hence the sloppy death, right? But I am having a lot of fun. This game is immaculate in its design. I always wonder sometimes, is Dark Souls really as good as I think it is? Or as good as it felt? As good as what it means to me? Or have I just twisted it with my nostalgia and with my lust for it? But the reality is, it's just that good. And I started my Dark Souls experience not really being interested in the series and not really wanting to play it. Nice bit of fucking vengeance. Get off. Dick. I do like using spears in these games. They feel so weird at times. Interesting. It's a big fall, isn't it? Oops. As long as you hug the wall, you will never get hit by that trap. Unless you're super fat or something. Which I can't help if the game is fattest. That's like, you know, if it doesn't like fat people. It's a technical term. Ah, hi, Mr. Baldenite. Upgraded Baldenite, too. Not that it's going to help him. The advantage of having a spear in this area, too, is the spears, of course, have a lot of thrust attacks. And a lot of the geometry here is a little bit close. So it's going to help you out in some instances. Not every instance, of course. But in moments like this, I would have hit the wall if I'd have tried to do that with my my other weapon. He's going to swing. They always swing after you bounce off their shields. You can just step around that move. I was really hoping he was going to drop his sword, because I'm going to have to farm for that. Which is not a problem. Ooh, the Flame Stormplate ring. Reduces fire damage. Never really messed with the rings like that. I don't really see the point, because almost everything in this game can be avoided. So why would you ever spec to it? Seems like a waste of a ring slot, right? Okay. Aha, there he is. Can you jump that wall? I don't know. Yes, you can. But he drops bombs here, so you need to be quick, right? I suppose because it's a crossbow, it's one of those pieces of information I didn't really care about, so that's why I haven't ever gone after that enough to remember whether or not I could do that. Oh, damn. Thank you. Thank you for that, sir. Fire lingers as well in this game. It's bizarre. Thank you. Thank you for that. That means a lot. It is quite linear though, luckily. And then here is everyone's favourite knight of the place we've never visited in the Souls series. The unparryable man. Because when you parry him you get knocked for doing it, so there's no real point in ever doing it. 2 horizontals. There's his big one. Interesting. I should not have been hit by that. Blessed are the iframes. Now look at this. Why am I clipping on you, dude? Why does that shit exist? 2 hits on that sometimes. Interesting. That was a bad idea, friend. You were winning that engagement. That's the vintage PvP experience right there. Never flask. It just loses half the battle, usually. If you're up against somebody who knows what they're doing, the moment you flash, you've lost. Because then they get to play the Okizemi on you. They've already got you with a big backstab. It's probably had a Hornet Ring. I have no idea what you're doing, Ricard. I truly do not, sir. There's a nice kick for your trouble. You're getting your tits shocked off. Goes for the guard break when I'm not shielding. You dumb bastard. Love him. Love everything about him. He can parry you though, if you're not careful. Right. So, neither any of these are mimics. Is one of these a divine? Yeah, thought so. Ring of Sacrifice, and a rare one at that. Pretty sweet. Look at that giant just chilling out. Did anybody have a fight club in any of these areas where the giants used to stand? I joined a few fight clubs where people used to do it in Sens. Because as much as you'd think Sens would be a really popular place for invasions, it wasn't. I don't know why. But I never got the amount of traffic I would have liked. And I know a lot of people wanted to invade in Sens, but the traffic just wasn't as great as it could have been. That's why people stood in the forest, and they stood in the kiln, and they stood in Ulasil Township. Because the traffic was guaranteed, pretty much. Never liked Ulasil Township, though. I much preferred the Royal Woods. It led to more dynamic encounters, in my opinion. The township was too much like the Burg. Too many people... That was lucky. Too many people looking for honour. And sending formal letters. What do you sell? Doesn't he sell the greatsword? Ooh, green blossoms. Love it. Tiddy shards. Yeah, he sells the greatsword. And the boulder shield. That's another big one. Ooh, and the Katarina set. And the steel set. Nice. So, I will buy your sword, sir, if I could get back to your fucking page. There we go. 8,000 souls.
Go along. Try and make something of it.
Bargain. Then isn't this the key for... What is his name? Big Hat Logan. Did I call him Ligarius? I might have called Big Hat Logan Ligarius for some reason. Brain fart. I'm not disabled. I just act it. Zap. Beom. Somebody just... Oh, it was him turning. Could hear feet then. Stab. Oh, great. That was awesome. Yeah, unlocked with a spear. Not the most fun. We're at the point now where I can put the other thing back on, though. Because I want to do the Iron Giant with the Jaggy. And I can't stand the trousers. I need trousers. It's triggering me something fierce, video game. Thank you. I suppose maybe the Crystal Greatsword would be pretty good. It's quite powerful. Of course, the downside of crystal weapons is that when they break, you cannot repair them. But they have an inordinately strong life. So they have power that they would not have. Some of the jumps in this game are very tight. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Comparing that to some of the jumps in the later games, that is a mandatory jump as well. What a nightmare. I don't know what's down there. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't like this position at all. He does though, because he's using a fucking rapier, and I'm going to get hit again. This is a moment where I should have kept the spear on. Why are you leashing? I don't understand. That's unfortunate that his AI is leashing, because it means he's going to lose. He was winning that fight as well. It wasn't his fault. And there's nothing down there. Bollocks. What a waste of time that was. So we can summon the badass that is Iron Tarkus, right? For this coming encounter, should we choose to. You don't have to, but it's oftentimes a pretty good idea to. I won't be, because I don't need to. I only summon when I can get something from it. Titty shard. And then across here is... Is this where the shortcut is? Or is this just the summon sign? Yeah, this is where the summon sign would be if I was in human form. Oh, nearly fell off, taking a drink. But I need to because my throat's dry. So let's go deal with the giant, shall we? Watch him fucking kill me. Stupid guy. Do your paddy. He can't hit you through the walls, if you're wondering. All you want him to do is the crazy spammy move. The real enemy here is the damn camera. I'll never understand Souls and its obsession with terrible camera angles. This is it. And he still hit me. Fuck. I can't even attack him because this game is broken and stupid. That was bleed. Nice. But that's what you want to do. It's been a long time since I've seen the animation, so I wasn't quite up on its duration. But this is the stuff that Souls got rid of in a lot of ways. Because it's just the stuff that's really stupid. Nobody goes, oh, I missed the super claustrophobic, I can't swing my fucking weapon, I'm getting gangbanged. Nobody says that. Because it's dumb. 2, 3, 4. Boom, end of it. And we stab. That was another bleed. That was a kill. But why would they make this roof so small? Other than just to get you fucked. You run out, you end up getting squashed, you can't see, the camera's bad, the camera's up the arse of the building, up the arse of the giant. He does huge looping swipes. It's just a bad day. Much like the projectile that this guy's going to cast at us. Is that going to knock me off? Very closely. Bastard. Hey. Did that hurt me? That's the stuff I hate. That's still present to this day. That was weird. That's his grab. Big punch. Okay. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Boom, boom. Oh, interesting. Thanks for that, Iron Golem. I did not realize the hitbox was there. Okay. But he is one of the first bosses in this game where you realize that movement is better than just simply dodging. Dodging will work, but movement can get you a lot. Didn't I do the same thing that I did just then and he didn't hit me before? I wonder what that's about. Because he did the swing where he closes his legs and I just attacked it. Maybe I was further to his left than I was just then. I'll have to watch that back. It hit me pretty good though, and I think it was a counter hit as well. Took off at what, 4 bars? It's pretty high for a boss that a lot of people consider to be quite easy. I don't think we bled him though, did we? Got anything blunt? Ooh. Strike weapon. It's got bleed on it. Scrapping with his club. I'm fat rolling as well, which is nice. Really? This does no damage though, that's unfortunate. There we go. Very tempted to see how much this does against him. See if the striking does more damage. Is my hand axe classed as a strike weapon? No, it's regular. The menus on this controller are beyond frustration. There we go. Jagged Ghost Blade. See if I can dodge this time. I remember that the hitbox on this projectile that he fires, it's kind of weird. And that one was nowhere near me. What the fuck were you doing, giant? Hey. Yeah, that does no damage. Surprised? I am not. At least if I knock him down this time, we can get him to probably fall. Just by sheer positioning, right? There's his grab. Still being a bitch. He's got those strong ankles. Those armoured cankles. So, of course, if you... Really? You do not ever want to get him into a position where he starts doing the projectile all that often. It's just a bad idea. I would attack his hand, but I'll probably fall off if I do that. Anyway, we stabbed him a whole bunch. I'll take that. Weird grabby thing. That was weird. No 2 hits? Feel offended. That was funny. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's his grab. Bitch. He's very, very strong against slashing weapons. Oh wow, look at the resonance circle. That looks different. Oh, do you think they've put that in? I thought that was going to be to make your miracles better, but no, they've actually added some kind of... I don't think it was so overt before, was it? Anyhow, we get to travel to the land of ancient lords. Lordred. And now we get to travel to the land of the lords. And Orlando. It goes by several names. Anal Lando. Lando Calrissian. And Orlando. And we get carried there by the people, or the tribe of the Latrian gargoyles. Only in this game they've shed their dark skin and now they look like exposed weird pink dudes with brain heads. Oh, this place still looks majestic, and the parts that are modelled look majestic. The parts that are not necessarily modelled don't look that great. But this is quite the striking vista.